If it goes live. How you doing? We're here live. Starting to stream. I guess I'll do it. I'll be all right.
And then we'll go up there because this is just the area outside of the building.
That's what I want to say. So 1, 2, 3. Hey, this is Jonathan Mayorga here. We are live in Honduras. This is the Valle de Angels, and this is the first voting center we're at. And we are here live, so we're outside of a voting center. People from each parties or different parties are out here campaigning. You can see here, there's some people here from the Honduran citizens. This is the National Party here in blue and white. Their tent over here, they have the party, and they're campaigning here. This is beyond this certain distance away from the voting center, which is past these gates. We have the National Police out here. We have the Libre Party out here, and this is an area predominantly. It's a tourist area. It's very green out here. We're up in the mountains, kind of a decent distance away from Tegucigalpa, but still considered Tegucigalpa. No, but so we're here, so you can see there's two different parties. The mayor here is of the same liberal party uh, that is in power right now, and it looks like the mayor is going to win this voting center, from what I've been told by locals, and we believe that the uh, the Libre Party will win the presidency, is what the locals tell me. But we'll see. So I'm here, Jonathan America here. We're going to walk into a voting center, and right now, fam, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, so far this process looks a little bit more chaotic than the process we saw in Nicaragua. We were told from one of our friends who is an election observer as well that they started late. They had to double up the amount of tables that were there in one voting place. And we saw a long line when we were driving through at a different voting center. This one is El Valle del Ángel, so Angel Valley. This is an area that's very affluent. There's mansions. There's a lot of people from the national government here. They have more advertisement because they have more money. But like Johnny said, according to the locals, that the uh, presidency is favoring Xiomara. I mean, up until this point, she was leading by 17 points. So that's going to be hard to be in the polls that were, um, you know, the polls that weren't necessarily favoring like pro the Libre Party or the opposition. So we're gonna go into the voting areas right now. I'm a little bit concerned because I wanted to know that they did move a few of the JRVs, which are like the voting like tables, into a different location yesterday with no reason. And then also the website has been on and off down for people to look for their location. So that's why the parties are out there sort of helping people find their voting center. So, all right, let's go.
I'm just verifying y'all can hear me, right? If you could put something in the chat, let me know that you hear me. And we are going to go observe the voting process. We have heard a little bit about the voting process spoken to us, and so we can see the process. So here's a car. There's pro National Party, the Liberal Party. I'm going to walk up. Hola, hola. Okay, so we got a line. This is a school. Okay, so that's a junta over there. You can see this. How many juntas? There should be five. One, two. So, so like we saw in Nicaragua, there was each voting center. There's a classroom, and they do it at schools. They always do it at schools. Uh, Nicaragua, and then here in Honduras too, there are schools, and they use the schools to go vote. And we can see that there's one, two, three, four. There should be five juntas. I'm actually seeing more here, or yeah, I'm not sure. Oh no. Uh, so you can see there's a kind of a big line here. There's a lot of people here, and you got to remember that the Liberal Party here is the one that's in power in the government. So they're running the elections, and they there's 15. You want to talk?
I'm gonna just find out what's going on over here. There's like 15 juntas. Where do they go to register to get in? First, with the first spot, if I'm coming to vote, where do I go first? This right here.
Well, actually, if you go like to the tent first,
Which tent?
the ones that type, so they're gonna tell you like where do you vote. If you don't know like, where do you vote.
So, okay, you're saying that you go to the party tent.
Usually you go to a party tent, yeah,
Okay.
and they're gonna tell you like, well, you give your ID number,
Yeah.
and they're gonna tell you where's your
Junta.
junta, yeah, and then you go there and
Okay.
you make the.
So, in other words, the party's just going to instruct you where to go. There's not like a main registration table where you go to. So, your party's kind of responsible for getting people to where they're at. So, a lot of power and organization is around or organized around the parties. Okay. So, if you have a weak party, then you're not going to find out where to vote. Okay.
Unless you know the ID number and where do you have to vote,
Yeah.
which you could see it in the website, the institute CNE.
Yeah, but from what I hear is that the CNE website is down right now. The CNE website is down, is what I was just been told. It says that the victim of the CNN website has been intentionally taken down. So, in other words, a lot of people can't find out where they're voting.
So you gotta go like, well, actually they can't know
Yeah.
because if you go to the tent, they're gonna like look in the website. Yeah. So
What if I'm going to
that's a big problem.
Yeah. What if I'm a registered independent? What do I do? What do I do then? Like, I haven't picked a party. I don't know who I'm going to vote for until that day. Where do I go?
You gotta know where do you have to vote.
Okay.
If you don't know where do you have to vote, and if you don't have the your ID number,
Yeah.
well, that's the first thing, like have your ID, and after that you gotta like get into the website and see. If you don't
No?
have that, you can't vote.
So
Basically, you gotta know.
What is this here? This is a junta or no?
That's a junta, yeah.
So these are all juntas.
These are all juntas, yeah. And in each junta, there's a representative of Party Libre, of National Party, and Liberal, yeah, the
Can we
three.
look at this yet or no? Are we allowed to? Ramon?
¿Pueden entrar? ¿Pueden ir? A ver. You can get close. No, pero no entrar. You just like get close.
All right.
Like
Without the camera, maybe.
Hold this.
Not with the
Okay, so we're gonna see if we can get in there, or if we can how close we can get. Probably just like right out here, right? Yeah. So you can see there's a line for some of these. ¿Se puede entrar o hasta aquí? Okay. Para firmar un poquito. So we can go up to right here, see what the process looks like. And so we're seeing the process. Okay. So por eso ven, we can see here they're checking the verification using the biometric device here. They're checking the fingerprint. They get checked in. Yep. Okay, approved, and then ese libro enseña el DNI. Okay, so it's the same. It's a book that shows the identifications pictures, just like in in Nicaragua we saw. Um, and then as you can see, they get their ballot given to them, and then they go over to a spot over there behind the cardboard to go vote. ¿Dónde están los miembros del partido? Sí. ¿Cuál partido? Yeah. Pero no hay de.
Está preguntando por los miembros de la mesa, los tres miembros de la mesa. Solo quiere saber, o sea, el liberal, nacional y libre. Sí. Ajá. So, those are the guys. That's, one's from Libre, one's from Libre, one's from. Well, actually, they have the identifications on the credentials. You know, she's from Partido Liberal. I don't know the guy because he doesn't have his credential, and the other one should be from the other
The
party.
third guy is with the biometric, right? Entonces, okay, estamos viendo, we're watching the process. So look, they put it in a transparent box. So after they go vote, you fold it, you put it in a transparent box. There's three separate, no. ¿Y por qué hay dos cajas? Uno, el grande es el presidente? Yeah. Okay, so there's two different ballots for the different races. So that's what we're seeing. They have extra masks. Oh, and then they have the ink here so that you can get inked on your hand. Yep. And this gentleman is signing that he voted, it looks like. And they go get inked in the pinky. And then that's pretty much the whole voting process that we're gonna go to another junta. They hold their ID until they're done voting. Gracias. So that's pretty much the process. We'll watch it again. So shout out to everybody watching. Hi, Claudio. Hi, Critical Mind Show. Oh, we have to go up a hill. I need to work out again. I haven't been able to work out. We've been traveling too much. So people give their identification. They also go verify, as you see, with the finger, any finger. They have all 10 fingers with the new ID. The new ID was implemented about a year ago or this year, 2020. So it's been less than a year, I think, since the IDs have been implemented. Oh, hey. And then they verify using the Smartmatic biometric device. That's the only device I'm seeing that they're using. So he's just making sure. So there's one person to do that, two people at the table. So that's taking a while. Okay. That took a little bit of time. That's taking a little bit of time to verify the identity here. That's what we're seeing. So then look. Oh, okay. So they're taking a picture with the device. It looks like, and okay, it looks like now she was verified. I heard a little. There was a little beep, and she got verified. That's interesting. And then no, it looks like the thumbprint didn't work. So then they took a picture. So that was interesting. Um, and yeah, so it looks like handicap are allowed to go first in line. That's what we just saw. Skip the line and get checked in. So I'm going to watch this one again. The last person, the fingerprint didn't work, and then they had to take a picture. Uh, okay, so she got verified. Hold on. Okay, so that's one of them. That was one of the juntas you saw, and yeah,
So you're saying one of the issues with the biometrics didn't work, and they had to take a picture. They said there was many avenues in case the biometrics didn't work, but
The ID. So what they do is if the biometric doesn't work, they take a picture of the person, they find their ID, they match the picture of the person with their ID. Yeah, that's what they said yesterday.
interview the mayor or potential mayor. Oye, hola, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, muy bien. Agradecida con Dios por la oportunidad y el espacio y bueno, tenerlos acá.
Did you hear? Can you say uno más?
Otra vez, ¿puedes repetir? Disculpe. Sí, voy a traducir.
Ok.
Yes. So, who are you and what are you running?
¿Quién es usted y para qué está presentándose en estas elecciones?
Mi nombre es Glenda Maribel Guevara y soy la candidata a alcalde por el municipio de Valle de Ángeles,
She's a ma
por el Partido Libertad y Refundación.
she's running for mayor for the Party Libre, Libertad y Refundación. Yep.
The mayor of this town, which is called again.
She's running for mayor Valle de Ángeles.
Ah.
Valle de Ángeles, which in English would be like Valley of Angels.
Okay.
And she's running for this, competing against the National Party and Liberal.
Is this your first time running?
¿Es su primera vez que se lanza?
Como candidata a la alcaldía, sí. Sí.
It is the first time I'm running for mayor.
Why did you decide to run for mayor of this particular location?
¿Por qué decidió lanzarse para alcalde, candidata a alcalde aquí?
En primer lugar, porque trabajo en este municipio como docente hace 23 años. Conozco la situación real que vive nuestra población. Entonces, y soy docente de educación pública. Entonces, es la vida y la realidad del pueblo, pueblo.
So I've been working for more than 12 years as a public school teacher, and I really know how the reality is in this place, in this town.
What do you think is the biggest issue that you're facing that you would like to change if you are elected mayor?
¿Cuál es el principal problema que usted cree que está enfrentando o que va a enfrentar cuando si es electa como alcaldesa?
Pues los problemas son varios, ¿verdad? Pero específicamente, educación y salud está totalmente abandonada, ¿verdad? Esos dos sectores que son pilares fundamentales para el desarrollo de cualquier municipio o de cualquier país están totalmente abandonados. Entonces, urge darles la importancia que realmente lo tienen.
Um, well, she said that there's a lot of problems, but she thinks that the basis of all it's the public and the educational system. So she is fighting to build the educational system and the public and the health system. Yeah.
Why the Libre Party? Why not the National Party? Why not the Liberal Party?
¿Por qué libre y por qué no el Partido Nacional o el Partido Liberal?
Muy bien. Libre, porque Libre es el partido del pueblo. Surgió y nació después de un brutal asesinato, diría yo, a la democracia. Em, no podemos permitir que se trate la constitución de la república de esa manera violentada, de esa manera tan que lamentable, es inconcebible lo que ocurrió. Y bueno, Libre tiene la ideología del bien común, socialismo democrático, nos interesa y nos preocupa lo que vive el pueblo, pueblo. No estamos para quedar bien con los que destruyen e inclusive hasta venden la patria.
So after the coup d'état and how they destroy the democratic system, she thinks that Libre it's the party of the people, of the peoples, and that Disculpe, no sé si qué fue la segunda parte.
Em, sí, creo el golpe de estado, fue
Libre,
fatal.
¿no?
Sí, sí, sí.
Ah,
Careful, guys, right behind.
and she thinks that ideologically, libre, it's like it's the most important because libre it's proposing democratic socialism, which she believes in it.
Democratic socialism. Okay. The mayor here has won 3 terms. Why is he so popular? And why do you think he keeps getting reelected?
¿El alcalde aquí cuántos periodos ganó? ¿Tres?
No,
¿Cuatro?
va
Do-
por la reelección.
Entonces, entonces, ¿por qué piensa que es tan popular después de haber ganado dos términos y va ahorita con el tercero?
No es popular. Él compra la voluntad popular, que es muy diferente, ¿verdad? Entonces, le está apostando a lo mismo, ¿verdad? A comprar la voluntad del pueblo, bueno, monetariamente, comprar es dinero. Ujú.
It's not popular.
Yeah.
What he's doing, he's buying the will of the people with money. Mhm.
What is your final message today to the people coming out to vote for your campaign?
¿Cuál es su mensaje final para la gente que viene a votar el día de hoy?
Al pueblo, pues decirle que no pierda la esperanza, que no tenemos que conformarnos con lo que hemos vivido durante estos 12 años, ¿verdad? El cambio lo estamos construyendo ya. Desde que están visitando el centro de votación para ejercer el sufragio, estamos contribuyendo al cambio que a nuestro país urge, ¿verdad? Es más que necesario y decirles que bueno, que vamos a ganar, que vamos bien y que juntos vamos a lograr esos cambios con los que soñamos y con los que merecemos vivir dignamente.
Um, well, she says to the people that do not lose hope, that we're gonna make all the changes that we need, and together we're gonna like build another type of democracy and do the changes that this society really needs.
Good luck today. Gracias.
Suerte.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you
Muchas
so
gracias.
much. All right. I'm getting bit by ants over here as I'm doing the interview. It's terrible. Sorry. That's why I was jumping around. But that's the potential mayor for the Libre Party running over here in the Valley of Angels. So we'll see. I think we should take a look and see how long it takes for these people to vote because it looks like their lines are pretty long. And I'm kind of curious to see how long they've been there. Maybe we can ask a couple people that. What do you think? Let's do that. Me too. I got bit by ants in that whole thing. Ask somebody how long they've been waiting there for.
Okay. Okay, so let's go over here. So film me. Hola, hola. Te pregunto, ¿cuánto tiempo estás esperando en línea? ¿Alguien quiere hablar? No, no quieren hablar. ¿Cuánto tiempo se está esperando en la línea?
Nosotros tenemos como 20 minutos más.
¿20 minutos? 20 minutos. Yeah.
Center where there doesn't seem to be very much of many issues besides the biometric thing you saw. This is a very organized voting center. I mean, this is what they're telling me. This is a nice one and it looks nice. I mean, it looks pretty, you know, like we're going to go to other voting centers. So we're going to go to different areas where we see how it's a little bit different. Lower income communities, just like in the United States, the higher income communities have, less people, more people there to help them out, and there are less issues. Now, once we go see the other communities, some of the voting centers we're told haven't opened because they're lacking, they're having issues. So that's a little bit worrisome. We can tell that by what we've seen so far, this process is not as organized as like the last elections we witnessed. However, there's still time to really shift all the problems. So
Okay, so I'm going to keep it going live. So as you can see, this is the school. I'm going to repeat. that this is a school and this is where the elections are taking place. They're all at schools. The voting centers are all at schools, and each classroom represents it's called a junta, and the juntas are the urnas. What?
Like the voting booth.
Well, that rhymes. And there's a local dog. Oh, hey there. A Honduranian dog. And so, yeah, we can see there's a line 20 minutes, over 20 minutes, around 20 minutes to vote. We saw a little bit of the process from start to finish. We're going to go to another spot, but it's very organized from what I can tell. And this voting center is very organized. Again, this is a tourist area, but there's a lot of people here as well of the pueblo. And we're going to leave now and go to a different one. ¿Qué tan lejos es el próximo? Okay, so como 10 minutos? Okay, okay. Okay, so yeah, next one's going to be about 5 to 10 minutes away. So here we are. We're going to check. En estos carpas están chequeando dónde votan, ¿no? Al cual junta van, ¿no? Depende del partido.
Ofrecen el mismo servicio a las diversas partes, o sea, apoyar al votante a que se acerque directamente a su mesa de votación.
Right. So yeah, these tents are outside of the voting center, and each party helps the voters find which junta to go to, which classroom to go to, which polling place to go to. So that's interesting because in Nicaragua they had just volunteers in general doing that at each voting center. So yeah, we can see there's the Libre Party, very red, and the National Party, which is blue and white. Wilito is the candidate here for the National Party, and yeah, so I mean, this is the mayoral candidate, opposite of what the other lady that we spoke to, who was the other candidate for the Libre Party. And yeah, so we're gonna go to the next spot. I think we're gonna keep it going. Well, it might drop in the road, so maybe. Okay. So we'll be back. Just gonna walk out here. Oh, look, they got food. So they're giving out food. Libre Party's not giving out food, no? Right, they don't have the means to do that. That's interesting. So you can see that. That's kind of. That's yeah. Talk.
So yeah, so the National Party has all the money. So they have a ton more money for a ton more advertising, and the Libre Party doesn't have as much money at all. They're a new party. Remember they started in 2011 after the coup, and so they just don't have the means. However, they have more of a popularity because the current government is extremely unpopular, and so a lot of people want to get rid of them, which is why there was a coalition that formed, and a lot of people got behind Xiomara, even people who aren't necessarily in agreement with all of the politics. So, yeah. I was gonna say something else and I forgot.
Well, they're handing out sandwiches.
Oh yeah, so the food, yeah. So obviously they have more money for the food, just like the Democratic Party in the United States. They always hand out. You'd always see them at every election handing out food and like giving away free things and stuff. But yeah, past that gate, no other party member can go in there. All right.
Okay, we're going over here. Still filming. Okay. All right, so we're gonna sign off For now, we just saw one voting center. I'm going to multiple today, and we're definitely going to be live for the closing of one. We're going to try and get to the biggest one because we want to see when they close. That's when they count all the ballots out of the box. So we'll be covering all that process. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, and we'll see what happens. Jonathan Mayorka signing out. Convo Couch on the ground. International media. Check out our GoFundMe in the description. Help us out. It's expensive as hell to get over here. Hola. He said Savan. That is a word for saying that they're going, they're leaving, and hold on, I'm just trying to cross the street. I'm in the middle of the street. Sketchy to be in the middle of the street out here. So I'm just crossing. Get to a safe spot here. Okay. All right. Signing off.